So many different storms popping up throughout the state,
Yeah.
dropping a lot of rain, creating the risk for a potential flood watch.
Yeah, we're going to talk about severe weather threats today, the wind, hail, tornado possibilities. We also have some flood possibilities too as we head through today, tonight, and into tomorrow, where we mentioned the flood watch earlier on that covers basically the southern half of Iowa from I-80 and points southward. We're going to have repeated rounds of thunderstorms and anywhere from 1 to 2, perhaps as much as 3 or 4 inches is possible in some spots here once we add all these different storms up here. And a lot of places don't really have the capacity, the soil doesn't have enough space to hold that much water here as we go through the next day and a half. So that's something to keep in mind aside from any severe storms that happen. Here's kind of the severe storm timing that we're looking at as we head through the rest of today and into tomorrow. So today we're going to start to watch the threat ramp back up again as we head towards the later parts of the afternoon, 3 o'clock onward. That highest level risk, though, is going to be especially into eastern and southeast Iowa, not necessarily here locally in central Iowa. Thursday morning, I think actually might shape up to be our highest potential for severe storms, with a cluster of storms with the highest wind threat coming through right around sunrise here early tomorrow morning, and then a few more storms towards the afternoon that could get strong too. But again, that is especially towards eastern Iowa as well. So here's tomorrow's severe weather risk. Notice the level 3 risk that goes basically from about Polk County and Indianola and over towards Newton and then points southeastward. There's that level 2 risk, though, that goes right back into west central Iowa, and that's kind of the path we expect those morning storms to take. Those would have probably strong winds. Today's severe weather risk is highest across about eastern and southeastern Iowa. This is where storms will be as we head towards kind of peak heating the afternoon and then into the first part of the evening. So right now, we don't really have any severe storms. The strong stuff that's moved well off into eastern Iowa and is approaching the Mississippi River Valley. Got a couple of non-severe cells down towards Union County and into southwest Iowa. And then we're watching out to the west as a boundary starts to come into the state here from Nebraska and South Dakota. So here's roughly what we'll look at here as we head towards the rest of the afternoon. As we head past 3 to 4 o'clock, we'll start to see new storms start to pop up in advance of this boundary from about central into southern Iowa. As we go further on to the evening, the chance increases that those could be severe just because they'll be maturing and strengthening, but also the winds up at kind of the cloud level above the ground will be starting to strengthen too, and that makes your tornado threat a little bit higher. But that's especially as you head into southeast and eastern Iowa. Notice once we get past sunset 9, 10 o'clock, any storms that are strong are probably out of central Iowa entirely. So then we're quiet for a little while overnight. Then our attention turns to the west. We're going to have a cluster of strong storms form again out towards the Missouri River Valley. And then these will ride a boundary kind of east to northeast right here into the middle of the state around the time the sun is coming up. So let's say about 4, that's 5 o'clock, 6, 7, and then 8 a.m. They'll be coming right through the middle of the state. There is definitely a possibility of severe, strong, damaging winds. Maybe a couple of embedded tornadoes are possible in this line of storms as well. And then once that pushes away, we'll still probably have some lingering showers and storms through the middle of the day on Thursday. That's tomorrow. And then we'll watch as we get towards the afternoon here. This is 1 o'clock. And then later in the afternoon, new storms fire up along the same front that we've been looking at for the past 24 hours or so. And then those, again, would be strongest as they head into the eastern part of the state. The humidity will start to drop in western Iowa by tomorrow afternoon. Skies will clear and things will actually get a lot quieter. As far as your temperatures are concerned, with all the storms going around, obviously today isn't going to be as hot as expected. That's, I guess, some good news. Tomorrow we drop to the upper 70s. Kind of still hot and humid to the southeast, and then we'll go to quiet 80s and sunshine, low humidity. Friday, more storms expected Saturday afternoon. That would be a chance highest in southern Iowa.